Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I am very excited to be bringing you the brand new summer collection from Light Elegance. So this is the Dreaming in Colour collection, and I have the hard gel pack of the colours and the glitters, and I also have the packs of the colour and glitter P+ gel polishes as well. Before we get started, for those of you that are new here, hello, my name is Jojo. I am a nail professional with over 15, nearly 16 years experience. I have owned my own salon and I now teach full-time with my online masterclasses, and hopefully soon getting back into in-person classroom classes. I also bring you weekly YouTube videos on here as well, so if you are new, feel free to subscribe. I would love to have you join. Without further ado, let's get into the video. So the last collection, which was the spring collection, it was the first collection we had in the new formula of gel polish as well as the hard gels as well. So I did separate videos for the previous collection. This time I've decided to do it a little bit differently. I'm initially going to share with you my initial first impressions, the opening of the colours and the swatching, and then I'm going to go into comparisons, which you know that I always include comparisons in these videos. I think they're super useful if you're looking to add to your collection. So I'm going to do the comparisons a bit more separate. So I hope that you enjoy this format of video. Let me know what you think. And without further ado, let's have a look at the brand new Dreaming in Colour Light Elegance Summer collection. Here we have the hard gel collection. So we have the colour gel collection. We also have the glitters, and then we also have the glitter gel polish collection and the colour gel polish collection. So the top of these, you've just got a difference in the colour of the writing, but then on the side you have the picture, so you know which one is the glitters and which one is the colours. So I will be honest with you, I have opened and swatched the P+ because these arrived to me sooner than the hard gel, and I needed them to prepare for the Facebook Live for the 2-day virtual trade show event on the Light Elegance Facebook page, which, if you are watching this the day that it comes out, is running as we speak. It was yesterday and today, so make sure you check out the Light Elegance Facebook page if you have missed that. All the lives will be saved for you to catch up on, but we were basically creating something with the new colours. I was supposed to get both at the same time, but unfortunately there was a bit of a delay with the hard gels, so I did my prep with the P+. So I have opened these up, I have swatched them. So what I'm going to do, I have not opened the hard gels yet. I'm going to open these up so you get like a first reveal of the colour, and then I am going to swatch these so that you can see how they apply. The first colour we have here is Fuchsia Fantasy. I'm going to open this up. Can I open it in one? That's the question. I'm always tearing these foil lids. So here we have Fuchsia Fantasy, if I can get the word out. So if you love pink, you're gonna love this colour. So here is Fuchsia Fantasy. This is a, as the name would suggest, a fuchsia pink. It has a shimmer running all the way through it, and I would call this a little bit more of a blue toned pink for sure. And then just for reference, I will also show you the P+, and then we can do application and swatching. So this is the hard gel. We also have, of course, the P+ version, and you can see there the same colour that fuchsia pink with a shimmer running through. So this is the first coat. I do prefer colour gels in 2 thin layers. And this is given very good coverage, which to be honest we've seen from all of the most recent LE releases, that the pigmentation and the coverage of the colour gels just seems to be getting, a little bit out of focus there, just seems to be getting better and better. So that is 1 coat, but 2 coats is going to give you even better coverage. If I just place my nail behind, I don't know if you can see, it is ever so slightly see-through, but second coat is definitely for sure going to give us nice full coverage. And on with the second coat. This is one of those that also glows in the light, I just noticed as that first layer was curing. It looks like super bright. It does have a lot of like strength to the colour. It's a bit more of like, I would say it's a bit of a deeper bright pink. So it's not like super neon, it's definitely a bright pink obviously, but yeah, a little bit of a deeper pink for the summer with that nice shimmer running all the way through. So there you have the first of the colours. This is Fuchsia Fantasy. Next up is Power Nap. Power Nap is, I would call it a nude baby pink, or like maybe more of a pastel pink than a baby pink. So it has a lot of like neutral running through it, but it is definitely more on the pink side. It's not like a nudie beige, if that makes sense. And then if I show you the P+ as well, so this is the P+ version. There we have Power Nap. I think you can actually see the hint of pink a little bit easier in the shot of the P+. So going into application, I'm going to apply this in 2 layers. We have a fluff. Where do they come from? Does anyone know, where does the fluff come from? That is the first layer. If I place my finger behind, you can actually see this has got pretty good coverage with the first layer, which for these light pinks is quite difficult, I find. Often the really light nudie pinks can be a little bit more tricky with application, so nice coverage in that first layer. Going in with the second layer. And that is the second layer on. So I think maybe you can see the pink of this colour running through a little bit more once it is on the Colourpop. I'm going to be interested to see this one next to Pink Tutu, because that's kind of coming into my mind as being like a similar colour to this. So it'll be interesting to see how different they are from each other. So here we have 2 coats of Power Nap, a pink neutral nude tone, perfect for any of your clients who love their neutrals. Up next we have Counting Coral Sheep. And I really hope that this is coming off on camera. I have this colour within the design on my left hand, and I can't tell you how difficult it has been to take a photo of the set with the colour looking true. I'm actually just going to turn the exposure turn the exposure down a little bit because I think that might help. There we go. I think that looks a little bit better, and maybe just shadow a little bit the colour. So this is a really nice bright coral. I would say it's maybe verging a little bit more to the red side of coral. So you know, like corals, they generally go to the orange or the pink or the red. I would say this is slightly more red, but not super red. So I'm not thinking that this is going to be like Let's Pollinate, for instance, which has got quite a lot of red. It's kind of a neutral coral with just a slight hint of a red. And like for me, I don't really like red on my own hands, so hopefully that gives you a bit of an indication of the colour, because corals, and I've said it before, and actually just that shot there, I think you're going to get a bit more of a true colour representation. They are so hard to show accurately on camera. And here we have the P+ version. I do think that the label makes this colour look a lot more pink. When I first received the collection, I thought this was going to be a pink coral, and there we have the P+ version. So definitely a little bit more like reddy orange than the label on the pot shows. So definitely one that needs to be swatched so that your clients can see the true colour. So first layer of this one, wow, look at the coverage on that. That is pretty impressive. I actually think it's almost got to a point now where you can basically choose either the consistency that you like to work with or the colours, because buttercreams always used to give us way more coverage. And I definitely think buttercreams are better for certain like detailed nail art and things like that. But actually the coverage, you can't even see through this colour. I don't even think I'm going to put a second layer of this on, and I'm definitely a 2-coat colour gel kind of person, but this is full coverage. I cannot see my nail through that at all. Very impressive. Here we have that 1-coat full coverage with Counting Coral Sheep. This is a beautiful coral. It's going to be so popular with clients. I just know it's just one of those summer colours that you're going to use a lot. And personally, I would be encouraging my clients to have it, because 1-coat coverage, you cannot go wrong with that. Up next is Dream On. This is a bright pastel. If I could call this a neon pastel, if that even exists, if that terminology makes any sense, this is what I would call this colour. It's a pinky purple, definitely lending more onto the pink side, but it does definitely have that purple undertone running through it. And your clients that love the bright colours and the pinks are going to absolutely go mad for this shade. And here we have the P+ version. I definitely think the labelling on the front, the colour isn't as bright, but it's obviously difficult to get super bright colours to come off on packaging. But there we have the colour. So again, this is Dream On. Okay, let's see what the application of this one is like. Really nice coverage again. Again, this one is a cream finish, so all of them have been a cream finish apart from the first one, which was Fuchsia Fantasy. So far the rest have all been creams, and if I'm thinking correctly, I think they are pretty much all creams now. So again, really amazing coverage from this. I am again just going to use 1-coat because it has given full coverage. Of course, it depends how generous you are with your application. But yeah, definitely very, very good coverage from these shades. And here we have Dream On, one coat coverage, that neon pastel pink with a purple undertone. Our next colour is a green. You'll be very happy to hear, for those of you that are like me and love your greens and blues. So this one is Night Terror Teal. It was going too well, wasn't it? I just knew that at some point that was going to happen. You can see this is, I would call it like a light jade green. There is a colour that I'm thinking of, and I'm wondering if it's anything similar. There was a colour, an old colour called Pedal Pushers. I'm sure it was called Pedal Pushers, and this is giving me the Pedal Pushers vibes. I don't even know if I have that colour anymore, if I have the swatch stick for it anymore, but if I have, I will definitely include it in my comparisons for those of you that have been Ellie users for a long time like me. So again, a cream finish. I am going to turn my exposure down again because this is a difficult one to get to show correctly on the camera. That one is showing a little bit easier there. So it's definitely more of a bold colour, one for your clients who like something bold and eye-catching for sure. Here we have the P+ version of Night Terror Teal. I think this is maybe coming off a little bit lighter on the camera for whatever reason. I have the exposure turned down to neutral. It's a little bit deeper. I think it's easier to see in the actual pot of the gel, the true colour of Night Terror Teal. So I'm going to apply the first coat. I definitely think that this is more of a green. So the name would suggest to me like a teal colour is like a bluey green. But for me, I don't really see blue in this. To me, this is like a straight green. Although sometimes when you then compare it to other colours, you realise actually it does have a blue tint. So we'll see what it's like in the comparisons. But to me, this is a bold summer green. I'm definitely going to need 2 coats for this one. So that is the first coat. I don't think you can see on the camera. I can see my nail slightly through. Maybe you can see a slight shadow. So yeah, I'm going to put that into cure and then we'll do a second coat. Going in with the second coat. And one thing I did just want to point out, because I know it probably looks like I'm applying a lot of gel, but you can hopefully see that it does spread over this tip to give a thin colour application. The only reason is that these plastic tips, and you guys probably know if you use them, that they just seem to eat the product up, so you end up needing a lot more than what you would on an actual client. But you can see there with the second coat we have nice full coverage. And here we have Night Terror Teal. So this one was applied in 2 coats, and I would describe this as a light, bright jade green. You can see that this one in the camera, the colour match is actually really spot on from the swatching to the label colour as well, which is nice and helpful. And then on to our last colour. This is Sandman. Do you know what? I cannot say this name. Sandman Tan. I keep wanting to say Sandman Tan. That is not right. Sandman Tan. I really have to concentrate there. And this is going to be another popular one with those of you that love the neutrals. I am loving this shade. This is, to me, like the perfect beigey nude. There's no hint of pink, there's no hint of mauve, and I love these nude shades. If I'm going to go for a nudie colour, this is definitely one that I would gravitate towards. I would also say that it's more of a tan nude, so if you find that some of the nudes in the colour range are too light for certain skin tones, this is going to be a really good option for those clients. Here we have Sandman Tan in the P+, so again you can just see that neutral, nudie beige, tan colour. I am loving this shade. This is like my perfect nude. I really don't always love the really pale nudes. I prefer things that are a little bit stronger in colour. So this is my kind of neutral nude for sure. So this is the first coat of Sandman Tan. Unfortunately, my camera cut out just as I was painting it, but this is the first layer. You can see it's really nice and even. It is almost full coverage with one layer. Although, like I say, colour gels I always expect 2-coat application. Dream On and Counting Coral Sheep are exceptions to the rules because it's not usual for me to say, yeah, 1-coat coverage with a colour gel. Okay, so second coat, this is just gonna boost the coverage. Really, really nice to apply. I will say all of the colours so far have been really, really nice to apply. They don't feel difficult in any way. The coverage comes really easily and they apply really smoothly. So that is the second coat there. So there we have 2 coats of Sandman Tan. The most perfect neutral beige tan nude. Perfect for everybody that loves the neutrals and also darker skin tones that want a true nude colour. And now we're going to move on to the sparkle. Our first glitter gel of the collection is Tangerine Dream. And as you can see from the lid, this is a transparent glitter. So this is going to work so well over so many different types of colours. I just wanted to show you the difference between the lid of the pot and the jar. It's definitely more orange in the jar than it is on the lid. And I would call this like a yellowy orange. It's a bit more of like a golden orange. And I think that's probably just purely because it is a little bit more on the sheer side. But I think this is just going to look so nice over so many different colours. It's giving me Swing by Sweden vibes, but with an orangey tone running through there. So I will be interested to see what that looks like next to this glitter, but it's super, super sparkly. And it does have different size pieces in there, a bit like Swing by Sweden. I think that's why I'm getting that feeling with it. So it's got the like medium sized chunks and then also the super fine, which give it that real beautiful like mega sparkle running all the way through it. And here we have the P+ version. So again, the labelling on the front is the same, so it isn't as orange on the front, but you can see there the sparkle of Tangerine Dreams in the P+. I'm gonna apply this to our Colourpop, to our tip, and I'm gonna just apply this in a couple of thinner layers. Honestly, what I would usually do is I do like to encapsulate and use the sandwich technique when I use glitters, because I do like to build up the intensity, but it's not as easy to get them smooth on a Colourpop, so I will just paint 2 layers on there. So you can see, oh, I've gone massively out of focus. I think it's because this glitter is fairly transparent. Maybe if I get the pot out of the way, it will, there we go. So you can see there with 1 coat, it gives like a really beautiful iridescent sparkle is gonna look so nice over so many different colors. Even though it's got that orange base, I probably wouldn't really pay too much attention to that. It's gonna just give you that real nice golden sparkle over anything that you apply it over. And then my camera cut out again for the second layer. So this is the second layer. I don't think it's coming off as on camera with as much pigment. It definitely looks more orangey with that second coat. So this is going to be really versatile. You can use it really sheerly over loads of different colours to give you that golden sparkle, and then you can double up, make the layers a little bit thicker and get more pigmentation. Here we have Tangerine Dream, which is a transparent iridescent glitter with medium and fine chunks, and it reflects gold, orange and almost a little bit pinky as well. Our next glitter gel is Pinch Me Pink. And this is super bright. This is a super bright fuchsia pink, almost like verging on like neon, but it does have those matte glitters as well. The sparkle from this is actually super subtle. It's reminded me of, I think it was fruit snacks from last year's summer collection. So I am going to be intrigued to see the difference between the two, because from memory that has the same like matte glitter and then it has the finer shimmer running through as well. But yeah, this one is very subtle with the sparkle. And then here we have the gel polish version. You can see, and the same with the lid of the hard gel version, that the printing is a little bit darker than the true colour. So just for reference, so that you are aware. And there we have the P+ version of that glitter. So let's see how this one goes on. Okay, so this is applying a lot sheerer than I was expecting. I don't know what I was expecting, but I think because it had the matte pieces, I was expecting it maybe to be a bit more fuller in coverage with the glitter particles, but again, it does kind of open up a lot more options. I'm just going to turn the exposure down again, just because it is super bright. It's quite difficult to see when the exposure is up. So that is with the first coat. You could use this over lots of different shades of pink or even other colours to create some funky effects. And then applying the second coat. And again, this is going to give you more of the kind of effect that you will get when you're building it up within that sandwich technique. So it's still a little bit sheerer than I had imagined it would be. I think if you want to get full coverage, you're really going to have to build this up, or you would apply a pink colour underneath it and then apply the glitter over the top. I'm thinking that maybe this is designed more to be used over different colours so that you're creating more effects with it. But you can see the sparkle in it is super subtle. Here we have Pinch Me Pink, which is a super bright neon pink, matte pieces with super subtle sparkle. Our next glitter is Deja Blue. Look at that. That is, I think I would quite like to dive into that. It looks like a sparkly sea. How beautiful is that? So this is, it's blue, but there's definitely hints of green in there, hints of turquoise. It is super sparkly. There's medium-sized chunks as well as fine, and you've got iridescent in there, pieces in there as well. yeah, you're not going to get missed if you're wearing this one. It is absolutely beaut. And here we have the P Plus version. So you can see that same mega sparkle. You know when it's mega sparkly, because that's when my camera has trouble focusing on what I'm showing it. But yeah, beautiful. So let's try the application and see if it will focus. So this one, I could kind of tell that I thought it would be a little bit more on the sheer side. So this is definitely going to be one to apply over a colour for sure, but you're going to be able to pull out the different tones in the glitter depending on what colour you put underneath it. Now applying a second coat. So I think if you were to apply a blue under this, it's definitely going to pull more blue. Turquoisey tones are going to look absolutely lush underneath this, and yeah, like I say, depending on what you apply, this glitter could look totally different. But I love the different colours running through it. I love the different the different pieces with the sizes and the iridescence. It is a beaut. Here is Deja Blue, and as I said, this is a transparent, maybe semi-transparent blue with green and turquoise tones running through it. It's got those iridescent pieces. Such a beautiful glitter, and definitely one for those of you that like the blues and the greens. Next I have Restful Rose. So as the name would suggest for this one, this is a rose gold. It's definitely got a little bit more pinkness to it than gold. And I would say it's almost got salmon flecks through it. It's got some pinky lilac-y flecks through it as well. Super, super sparkly. I think it's got, I'm trying to work out if it's got almost like matte or like satin pieces in it. And then super like ultra fine, super sparkly pieces. Beautiful. And if you have clients that love rose gold or like the neutrals, then they are gonna love this one. The rose golds are always super popular, so I imagine this one will be very well used to those of you that pick it up. And here is the P Plus version of Restful Rose. You can see that it is absolutely jam-packed with that glitter. This is going to give really, really good coverage in the P Plus version. Some glitters I find are best with like a base colour, but I really do think that this one you're going to get amazing coverage with the glitter just on its own. And like I say, anyone who loves those like pinky, rosy gold kind of tones are really going to love this glitter. So going in with the first coat application. So this one is a bit more of a full coverage, I would say. Straight away with that first layer, I'm getting a lot more coverage than I have done with the others. The others so far have been a bit more sheer. This one feels a lot fuller, even just with that first coat. You can see the difference there. And going in with the second coat, this is going to really intensify that coverage. And like I've said a few times already in this video, this is going to be your kind of coverage if you are using the sandwich technique and you're building up that coverage a little bit more. Very nice, very full coverage. To me, this is like salmon glitter gel, if you have that one. Salmon glitter gel with a bit more of a rosy gold to it. Salmon was quite pink. This has a little bit more of that rosy gold to it. So be again intrigued to see what that looks like against this one. Here we have Restful Rose, which is a salmon pink rosy gold. Next we have Sleepy Time. So this one is a little bit lighter than I think you would maybe expect from the packaging. If I show you the difference, it is a little bit deeper on the packet than, and a little bit, almost like a little bit orange, whereas this is definitely not orange. It definitely has like flecks in it that reflect like an orangey gold. This is giving me smoothie vibes. If any of you had smoothie and was very upset like me when it was no longer available, this is kind of giving me that. Smoothie definitely had more colours through it. This is more golden, but it's definitely that nudie kind of tone and shade. So a very, very interesting and exciting one. Here is the P+ version of Sleepy Time. And you can really see that nudie, neutral, beigey base with that golden sparkle running all the way through. So I'm expecting this one to maybe be a little bit more sheer so that you can apply it over, you know, any of your nude shades. And it's definitely more golden, and that is, and my camera is having trouble focusing because it is light and glittery. So definitely gives you more of that neutral, which is really nice, and it's definitely more of a golden sparkle running through it. Let's get this second coat on and try and keep it in focus. So the second coat is, I would say it's making it a little bit more golden. But I think the way that I would prefer to use this one is going to be one layer over neutral colours. I think that's going to look really, really nice. So say for instance from this collection, over Power Nap and Sandman Tan will look really nice. I'm also thinking of this over the likes of Nude with Attitude and Utter Perfection, Sure Thing, Need I Go On, all of those beautiful neutral nudie colours. There is Sleepy Time, which is a neutral base glitter with orangey goldy sparkles running through it. Like I say, I think my preferred way for this one is definitely going to be over those nude shades, but equally I think you could use this over like light oranges as well, would look really nice. So like more of the pastel orange shades and the light corals would look really nice also. So again, a very versatile glitter and a good one to use in lots of different ways. And the last glitter gel is In My Happy Place. Look at that. Okay, so to me this is, and I know I'm always comparing stuff to Very Good, but it's because to me it's just the best. So to me this is like a purple finer version of Very Good, and the reason I say that is because the reflex of some of the glitter are very similar to the reflex that you get in Very Good. We've got a mixture of medium and fine glitter in here. It is a purpley base, but you can see there are so many colours reflecting through here. So I'm looking forward to putting this on a swatch stick. And then let's have a look at the P+ version of In My Happy Place. Oh, and yeah, the camera can't even focus. Let me try moving that out the way. See if I can get it to focus on the brush. There we go. Absolutely lush. I love it. You can really see all the different colours that are reflecting through there on the P+ brush. And again, you can see how jam-packed full of glitter this gel polish really is. So first layer, I'm imagining that this is a bit more of a transparent glitter again because of those pieces in there that are reminding me of Very Good. This is really nice. So it's definitely more on the purpley side, but again, I think that a thin layer of this is going to look good over so many different colours. I am loving it. So I'm going in with a second coat just to see what the colour builds up to. It's definitely giving more of the purple through there now, but it's still got that transparency about it, and it's super sparkly, like crazy sparkle. Your clients that love the real like blingy glitters, although this hasn't got any massively huge chunks in there, it is super sparkly. They will love this one. So here is the swatch of In My Happy Place. As you can see, it has that kind of purpley periwinkle with all of those different colours running all the way through it. As I say, this is to me is like a finer lilac-y purple version of Fairy Good, and any kind of plays and spin-offs of Fairy Good are all good with me, because that is my top glitter gel ever.